Hey, beautiful people. I hope we're all doing all right. Today, I want to bring us a topic. I've heard these things thousands of times. I can't count how many times I've heard this statement. So I said, let me come and talk about it. This statement that, I really want to go to Nigeria, but I want to see if I can do my job from Nigeria, or if I can get a job that pays me half of what my job pays in Nigeria, I will gladly move to Nigeria. So over the weekend, I met this sweet family. I get new customers a lot of time. People are always, that's why I even stopped posting on Instagram. I stopped advertising because my work speaks for itself and I get new customers every time. So over this weekend, a lady came. She's new. That was her first time here, and she's not Nigerian. She's from South America, but she's married to a Nigerian. So when she came, she told me they were moving from Georgia to a different state. Then I said, we're moving to that she can see that my house is almost empty, no more furniture. That's because we're moving. And she was like, oh, wow, where are you moving to? I thought I'm moving to Nigeria. She was like, oh, I love Nigeria. I said, has she been there? She said, yeah, that she's been there a couple of times. And she loves it. And she really wants to relocate to Nigeria. But her husband is not yet in tune with her on that. Then I asked her, how long has your husband been here? The husband came here when he was 15 years old. So he's been here for about 30 years. So I said, you can't blame him. He's not a typical Nigerian like that. He grew up here. He has never been part of the corporate Nigeria or even in the job market in Nigeria. So he didn't really understand Nigeria before he left Nigeria. So he's probably basing Nigeria on what he knew from when he was a child. So I said it would take a lot of conviction for him to leave. So something led to something. That lady was so nice, so nice. And because of, I was supposed to go to CVS and pick up my daughter's eye drop. She was like, no, don't worry. Just keep doing your work. I'll go pick it for you. When I get there, I'll just call you. I thought that was the height of it. She was at CVS and she was on the phone with me. The way she was talking to those staff, she was extremely nice. And then I realized that, okay, I know Nigerian men, they have ego. I'm like, okay, there's no man. I don't care how much ego you have to love this lady. So, because of that, I loved her more. And I just became free with her. Like, we've known each other for so long. So she became free with me too. I don't know, we just gelled and we kept talking. So because it was Mother's Day weekend, I think her husband booked a hotel for her to go, and it was time for her to go. So the husband came to stay with the kids. She left. So while the guy came, he just sat and we started chatting. And I think the wife already told him that we're relocating to Nigeria. So we started talking about Nigeria. We started talking about how the kids will like it and stuff. And then he talked about, he also, so I told him that his wife wants to go. That she said you are the one that doesn't want to go. He was like, no, she has not discussed that with me. That, I didn't know she really wants to go. That all he knows is she feels overwhelmed sometimes, and she feels like every time she went to Nigeria, she got all the help she needed. Because I think the husband's family also, they are in Nigeria. They have drivers, help, cleaner, this, that. So whenever she went to Nigeria, she had this relief of, I could actually live my life when there are people that can take care of my kids. So I think that's where she got a mentality of wanting to live in Nigeria from. So the husband told me that actually she feels overwhelmed in America. She feels like she can't really live her life the way she wants because there are rules around. You can't leave your children for certain hours. You have to do this. So it's like her life and her schedule is built around all these rules and children's schedule and all of that. And she really wants to be free in terms of her life, her career. She wants to feel like herself. So it was like, oh, for her to discuss it with somebody she just met, definitely it's something that is serious for her. That maybe when they have more time to talk after this Mother's Day thing, then they can talk about it. Luckily, me, I didn't even know my partner was coming. So me and him, we've been talking, we've been chatting, and he was asking me what I wanted to go and do in Nigeria. I told him, and he asked me if my partner was going. I said, yeah, he's going too. And he said, oh, that he wouldn't mind living in Nigeria, but it's just that he doesn't know what to do yet. So I was trying to tell him it's a lot of things to do in Nigeria. And he was like, he's into IT. And now that there's AI, he makes so much money in IT and he doesn't want to lose his job. He wish he could take this job to Nigeria and work for his company from Nigeria. Got so good, my partner walked in and I introduced them to each other that, oh, he's Nigerian too. He's the father of the children. I'm doing their hair. And we were talking, all three of us got talking. And then he was asking him now directly that is he going to, what would he be doing? So he told him everything is done and he will still be doing. And he also told him that he works in the corporate America and he has seen a lot of things in terms of racism, the way the kind of raise they get, the way you have to move from a job to the other before you can get a good raise, the way you have to lick people's fees before you can be their favorite. He's just not feeling those things. And his own profession, you have to keep writing professional exams, become a fellow to attain the height you want, and it's still politics. You still have to, if you're applying for something, a white person is applying for the same. There's always politics in corporate America for sure. So he said he's just not feeling it. That is this how he's gonna keep pressing the computer until he gets old, and he doesn't believe he can be wealthy doing that. So that was where the thought of going back to Nigeria came. And one thing, okay, so the guy mentioned again that, oh, he doesn't mind too. He just wish he could do his IT in Nigeria. Then I told him there's a lot of companies you can do IT for in Nigeria. Just market yourself to them, especially with the kind of exposure you have. They will be willing to take you. It's just that you will never get the same payment or the same salary as you have in Nigeria. And I told him, come to think of it, in life I have come to understand that it's not about how much you make, it's about how much is left after you service whatever you need to service. Because truth about life is, the higher you go in earning, especially in this Western world, the higher you make, the more money you make, the more you want to do things because you feel like you can afford those things. And then you realize that at the end of the month, you really cannot afford those things. And then you become back to waiting for the next check. So I've come to realize that it's not really about how much you make. It's about how much you are able to save after everything. So saying you want to make the same money in Nigeria, you don't really need all that money you make here in Nigeria. Because according to him, he has two jobs. Because of AI, it's easy to manage two IT jobs at the same time, making close to $500,000 a year. But he referenced what I said, that just like I said, that even when he was doing one job, he said since he graduated college, he had never made anything less than 6 figures. That even when he was making 100, 150, 200,000, he wasn't as broke as now that he makes close to 500,000, because you always want to do things because you can afford it. You want to take your children to private school. He lives in the most expensive place in Georgia. He lives in Milton. He lives, they have nice cars, they do this, they do that. They don't, I mean, whenever they want to do something, it's like, oh, I earn good money, I can afford it. So there's a way that money catches you, and then you realize that at the end of the month, you still feel like somebody that earns 4,000. So he said he never really thought about it until I said it, that in life it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you save at the end of paying all your expenses, all your bills. That I not so me and my partner, we now started telling him that we've heard this thing a lot of times. People say, if only I can work from Nigeria, work for my company from Nigeria. Why can you not be an employer of labor in Nigeria? Why would you be in that category of salary, making about 500K a year, and you can't make, and now it's not anybody forcing you, it's your mind, it's a shift in your mindset that is giving you that sensation once in a while that I really want to go, but what would I be doing? For you to even think about wanting to go, it's a big deal. It's not everybody that have that thought. For you to think about, I want to go, I just don't know what to do, that's a shift in mindset. So now, if you ever have that thought, what is wrong in you cutting your expenses for 2-3 years to achieve your aim? So I'm going to use this guy as a case study. I don't want to mention the wife's country. I don't want to mention the guy's tribe, so that when they come across this video, they don't know it's them I'm talking about. Even if they know, I'm not saying anything bad, but I just don't want a direct clue. So let me use this guy as a case study. You make about close to $500,000 a year. You have this house. They are trying to sell their house now because they want to move to a cheaper state. You want to move, it's an opportunity. Yeah, you want to sell. I think they've bought that house way before COVID. So they've made a lot of money from that house. Their house is worth millions of dollars. So that's an opportunity. And then you're still thinking about wanting to do your job in Nigeria. I said, no. Think about what you can do in Nigeria, not taking your job to Nigeria. Now you have all that money. You are about to sell your house. They already bought a house. In the state they are going to. So it's not like they are waiting for the money from this house proceeds to come. So imagine you just sold that house and cut down on your expenses. Search public schools around you that are really good. To me, in America, a lot of public schools are better than private. Fact check me. Especially in the area I live, Alpharetta schools, they are great. I cannot live in Alpharetta paying all that money in taxes, paying all that money in rent, and now taking my child to a private school. For what? The public school my child goes to, let me not even go there. So I've not seen a need for private school if you live in a good neighborhood. If you live in a bad neighborhood, I can understand if you take your child to a private school because you don't want your child to be mixed with all these kids that their parents don't care about them. So now, cut down on your private school fees. Try and pay your car off. If you make that much money, I would pay my car off. Try and pay it off. Whatever expenses you have that is not making any sense, cut down on it and give yourself 3 years. If you can cut all those expenses with 500,000 income, that your 500,000 income 1 year can last you for 3 years, and just decide or determine in your heart that the remaining 2 years you just don't want to touch it. You want to go use it to build something in Nigeria, and go and build a manufacturing company. Just go and do a survey of what do people eat daily in Nigeria. If you want to be a billionaire in Nigeria, I'm not talking about millionaire, I'm talking about billionaire. If you want to be a billionaire in Nigeria, just go into a daily need something people cannot do without. Do you know what Nigeria population is? 237 million. Just you don't need all the 237 million people. Just target 37 million that is on top of that 200 million. And provide something they would daily need. Pure water factory, juice, children's snack, children puree, baby foods, textile industry. They do Owambe. Have an open door policy where people come and give you their design, you produce it for them. Like, just go, survey, wherever you choose to stay. Think about what they need every day. Build that company. Build that warehouse. Go to China. Go get your equipment. Set it up. Hire people. Bro, you're going to make more than that salary you want to transport or you want to export to Nigeria. With nobody giving you rules on how to spend your money. With you being debt-free. With you not having to pay 25% as taxes. With you having a better quality of life. With you not being scared of losing your job. With you not being an employee to anybody. You're going to have a better life. There's a feeling that comes with being a boss. Since my employees have been waking me up every morning and using, hello ma, and the carpenter is here ma, hello ma, I've signed that form you said ma. It's affecting me positively. My psyche has changed. I'm telling you what it does. It's not like I'm trying to be bossy, but test that thing for 1 month. Just test it for 1 month. You will know how it can affect your mental health. Your mental health will grow from 10% to 55%. Now I feel stressed a little bit, but it's a different kind of stress. I wake up the same time with Nigeria. Once they wake up, 2 a.m. Eastern time, I'm already up. And I don't sleep until 12. So a lot of time, I only get 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours maximum. But I don't feel stressed mentally. I don't. So what am I trying to say in essence? People that and this thing I'm talking about, it happens with people with good jobs in America. You can never see a warehouse worker saying, if only I can take my job to Nigeria. Warehouse workers will save up money to start whatever they want to start in Nigeria. But you see those people that have 6 figures are the ones always saying, if I can take my job to Nigeria. Why would you be earning 6 figures? And you cannot think about what you can do in Nigeria with that 6 figures of yours. Just starve yourself. Downsize. See, sometimes it's better to suffer for a while. Even the Bible says it, that after you have suffered for a while, the Lord your God will establish you, will satisfy you. So that means that there should be a phase of suffering for a while. You want to go and have a good life in Nigeria, but you don't want to pay your dues to go and have that good life. What happens if you downsize? If you live in a 5-bedroom right now, why can't you rent a 2-bedroom just for a period of 2 years? And cut your bills in 3, not even 2. If you're a 6-figure earner, there's nothing wrong with you living on $40,000 for a while. Cut your housing, cut everything. Cut your housing to like 2,000. Cut your bills. If you can pay off your car, pay it off. And you already know that once you're going to Nigeria, you're taking that car with you. Anything you can pay off, pay it off. And then focus on the next 2 years. My salary, I'm not going to touch it. Me and my wife, we are not touching our salary. That money is going into a manufacturing business in Nigeria. Come and thank me later. You will not be wishing to export your job or ja your job pada to Nigeria. No. There are a lot of things you can do. Have a toilet roll manufacturing. Have a paper towel manufacturing. Have pencil, eraser manufacturing. Exercise book. I know somebody that has a printing press. His wife and children are here. He steadily pays their bill monthly from Nigeria. He pays. They live in this Afareta. It's not cheap. With 4 kids, his son plays soccer. They pay his soccer bills monthly. His wife's car is paid for. All that money comes from Nigeria, from printing press. There are a lot of things you can do in Nigeria. Don't be thinking about if only I can take my job. Think about what is that thing I can do? What is that opportunity I can tap into? Nigeria is sweet if you have money. I'm not going to lie. People that don't have money, they're going to feel the heat in Nigeria. But ask yourself, what are Chinese saying that they are migrating to Nigeria? What are the Lebanese saying that they are migrating? What are the Indians saying that they are migrating? It's a lot of opportunities. It's a virgin land waiting to be tapped. Why not use your 6 figures to tap that virgin land and double your money? It's a country where it's easy to double. You see that our disorganized system is a blessing to those that know how to use it. It's a curse. Don't even pray to fall into the hand of police, especially when you have a case with somebody that has money. You are done. Just tell them to send you to hell. But if you have money, our disorganized system is a blessing. It's a blessing. You will double that money before you know it. So I just want to bring that up. Stop thinking about how can I take my job to Nigeria. Start thinking about what are those needs I can meet in Nigeria. Go and survey if you need to. Check what they are using on a daily basis that is not being produced in Nigeria. Because if you produce it in Nigeria, you can choose to even sell it cheaper than the imported one. And if you want to leave it at the same rate, more profit for you. But what matters is you are manufacturing it in Nigeria, cutting those duties, cutting those import charges, and you're going to be big. A friend of mine, she's here. Her baby brother, he just graduated college in Nigeria, but him and his girlfriend in college, they've been selling handbags, just handbags. These 2 young, let me call them children now. I'm 4 years older than his sister. His sister is 6 years older than him. This guy is super young. And his girlfriend, I think they are a year or 2 years younger, older than each other. And their head is on their shoulders, on their neck. After they finished college, 2 years after, they are married now. You know what they did? They were like, okay, they have a lot of customers now. They went to China, they bought a machine, and they started making those bags in Nigeria. That my friend sent me the video. I was super proud of this young boy. They are making their own bags now. They put their labels on it in that Abuja. And these guys are doing well. They don't have any children yet. They just got married late last year. And they're focusing on their business. And they're doing pretty well. Young guys. I think the husband is like 25, 26. So, I mean, let's just think. That's all we need. Think. You don't need money. I'm telling you now, you don't need money to make it in life. The first thing, I know people are going to come for me with this word, with this statement I'm making. You don't need money to make it in life. The number one thing you need to make it in life is vision. Once you have vision, if money comes, you will know where to channel it to. If money comes, you will know where to channel it to. If you don't have visions, if you have money, you will misuse it. And you will still not make it. So the number one thing you need to make it in life is vision. Then money will help your vision. If you have money, you don't have vision, you don't have anything. I leave you with this piece. I hope that you can like, share, and comment. I will see you on my next one. I love you. Bye.